Morning broke as it was a new day. It was Amethyst's first day on the moon base. Jasper was the first to wake up. Hey Runt. I mean Amethyst, wake up. She woke up. What is it, Jasper? She was getting changed after a shower. Make sure you remember to wake up Steven. He always sleeps in. I will be making breakfast. In her mind, she was thinking she needs to show Blue at least how to make some breakfast. Amethyst saw Jasper leave for the kitchen, thinking to herself, she is completely different from what she was before. Did Steven do all this? Amethyst looked at Steven and then around the room. I guess me and him are finally alone. She was laying next to him and he rolled over, wrapping his arm around her, drawing her closer. I finally have Steven. He woke up to see Amethyst crying with a smile on her face. What's wrong? She shook her head. Absolutely nothing, as she kissed him on the forehead, hiding in his embrace. Amethyst pulled away. Steven, I'm sorry for betraying you back there. He looked at her, laughing. You were trying to do what you thought was best for me, right? So it's okay. She hugged him tighter, smiling. Jasper said we should come to get breakfast. They got ready and headed for the kitchen. Steven, I was looking at Jasper. She seems so different now. He smiled, looking back at Amethyst walking behind him. She was always like that. It's just that she was never allowed to show that side of herself. They got to the chicken and the smell of burning eggs filled the air, and on the stove, everyone just stared at Blue aimlessly trying to cook what was left. Jasper walked over, kissing Steven and wrapping her arms around him. Morning, sleepyhead. You promised me you would stop sleeping in? He held her close. You know I can never make such a difficult decision. As they both smiled at each other, Amethyst looked at how Jasper was being so sweet and lovey-dovey with Steven. Wow, you really did change. Whilst everyone was distracted, Blue had got her pearl to make a completely different breakfast on the side. Well, breakfast is done, everyone. Blue looked around the room and saw everyone with a suspecting look on their faces, as they mumbled between each other. We all know she didn't make this, otherwise we would be having those ashes there. Amethyst looked around the room and saw everyone wearing just normal clothes, not their gem armor. Why are you all wearing civilian clothes? They looked around and pointed to Steven. He got them for us. She looked at Steven. Why did you get them those? He just simply replied, why not? I should get you something too. Amethyst blushed and was surprised. I would like that, thanks. Steven stopped everyone. Guys, I have to take Jasper somewhere today, so please take care of Amethyst while I am away. The rest of the gems looked at him. Okay, Quartz, I thought she was already going to stay with us? Blue asked. That's up to her to decide, as Amethyst smiled at Steven. Steven and Jasper took off in the shuttle headed for Earth. While back on the spaceship, everyone turned their sights onto Amethyst. What are you gonna do to me? They walked toward her closer and closer. Well, it's your first day here then. I am finally off dish duty, Blue mentioned as she went off. Was that really one of the diamonds that I heard so much about? Landing on Earth, Jasper wanted to see what Steven felt like showing him. Jasper, I know how much pink meant to you, so I think you deserve to know about this. And as it came into view, pink diamonds palanquin, it brought Jasper to a halt and to her knees. I know this is hard, but I thought you deserved to know where it was. She just looked at him and smiled. Steven, thank you for always putting me first. He didn't say anything, just held her hand and brought her in close. I love you, Jasper. She just cried and held him tighter as he ran his fingers through her hair. Let's get going, Steven. She got up ready to go home, but Steven stopped her, holding her hand. Let's get you some ice cream. Jasper got excited, looking at Steven walking forward with her in tow. Together, he looked back, smiling. Together, back on the moon base, Amethyst was done washing the dishes and was looking around the base. Then she came back to the bedroom and saw all the pictures that Jasper and Steven had been taking together at the festival. Big donut, training, shopping, ice cream, kissing, and even watching TV. Are the gems the bad guys this time? she asked herself confused, thinking are we? A voice came from the door and it was Blue. She walked over to Amethyst. What do you seek here? She replied hesitantly, I want to be with Steven. Blue isn't surprised. Is it in the same manner that Jasper has with him? She looked away. Yes, and more. Much more. Blue got curious. Could you mean the human mating rituals? I was going to do it, but I hear it requires a certain amount of sacrifice if you are lacking. Amethyst looked at Blue. What do you mean lacking? She walked closer and whispered in her ear. Us Stylmans managed to figure out how to create a new gem in order for one not to be sacrificed. It was all thanks to Rose Quartz we were able to do this. So you mean me and Steven or Jasper or you? We can do it without having to sacrifice our forms. Blue looked at her cheery. Yes, I can, as long as you promise me never to tell anyone about this. I will inform Jasper myself when the time is right. I look forward to surprising Steven. Amethyst ran off cheering all around. This is great. Whilst back in the room, Blue was there talking. After all, that's why I came here in the first place, to have Jasper and Steven do it. Now it might be me and the Amethyst as well. This will be very interesting. Wish I could tell them they are ready to ever since I came in contact with them, but I want to see who risks it first. On Earth, on their way back to the ship, Jasper spotted a very interesting store with people covering their stuff in black bags and with hoodies. Steven, what is that store? He quickly rushed to stop her from going in, but it was already too late. She looked at some of the pictures in the books and DVD covers. So this is how this species mates. Steven was very shy but answered, yes. Yes it is. Jasper was a bit flustered looking at the pictures in the book and back at Steven. Would you want to do this? Because this one says loves to unite, doesn't it? He tried finding an explanation but couldn't find it. I think you should find it out on your own. Let's buy a laptop on our way back. Jasper kissed Steven's cheek. Well, if this is what lovers will, we do it. But can you give me some time to prepare? He couldn't bring himself to tell her what happens when a gem and a human mate, but he really didn't know how it would work with him. Before they could leave, Steven saw Lapis again, but this time carrying groceries. Wait, does she live here now? He told Jasper to wait for a second while he says hello. She didn't mind, it was more time that she had with her ice cream. Hey Lapis, are you still here? She was surprised. OMG Steven, what are you doing here again? Lapis looked around. Well, I bought a place here so that things will be easier on my trips around. Plus Steven. A serious expression came on her face. The gems told me that you ran away, that you were teaming up with a Diamond and Jasper. Please be careful. He looked at her and smiled. It's okay, she just bounced back from his smile. Well, I know that you can want some time to yourself. You know, but if you ever need me, come see me. Here's my address. She held Steven's hand. Luckily Jasper was not paying attention. Steven, I know how you feel more than anyone. I'm here for you. She kissed him on the cheek and flew away waving bye. Steven went back to Jasper. Let's go home. She looked at him smiling. Home is where you are, Steven.